Hey everyone, next is here. We are looking at Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox 360, of course available on the PS3. And this is kind of just a follow-up of the game. You know, it's been out for, what, it's about probably close to 2 years now, a year and a half. Pretty close to it. And just a follow-up to see how this game is really stacking up, you know, against some of the games that have been out in the past little while and things like that. And if it does still, you know, hold true as one of the best games that, you know, you can get on this generation, and maybe even of all time. Now, let's get right to it and let's talk about some of the best and worst parts of this game. Now, we're going to start off right off the bat with the story and what's really in this game in itself. And let me tell you, this is honestly one of the best and most richest stories I've played on this generation. You're looking at things like, you know, lots of open world kind of custom not menus I should say, but custom kind of stories where you can kind of proceed how you want it to. Of course, there is a main story to follow, and you can follow that story arc. And if you do, believe it or not, the game can even run you about 15, 20 hours if you just want to kind of, not even speed rush it, but just play through at a good pace. There's a good 15, 20 hours of just a single player main story. There's a really, really rich, in-depth game here. Of course, if you want to stretch it out, do a lot of the side stories, side quests, things like that, this game could go on and on and on. I'm talking lots of hours of gameplay. But Rockstar games, especially these type of open world games like this and Grand Theft Auto, they really are that type of game. You can either just play the main story and blaze through it, speed run, whatever you want to do, or you can just kind of take it easier and stretch the game out, things like that, and you'll get, you know, tons of hours of gameplay. When it comes to the story in itself, beyond the quests, though, the side quests did seem kind of, although they're nice and they're stretched, they did get kind of repetitive, but the main story is just so rich, it makes up for it entirely. And there's so much to do in the game and so much different things you can have fun with that you really can't help but have fun in this game and really enjoy it. Story is by far the top notch of this. A powerful ending, guys. Powerful ending. I loved it. Seriously, loved it. Don't want to tell anything. Spoiler alert, of course. Now, when it comes to you know, visuals and everything like that, again, this is where you have to look at the game, and you know, we talk about it here at TMPG, and it's, you know, it's beauty versus fun. Now, the game does look great. You're looking at it here, and it's very fluid. You know, good solid frame rate, not too much of a drop. But you do get things like, for example, the grass, which looks like, you know, it's painted on sheets of paper. You know, even when you look at trees, let's go to this one over here while I talk about it. The leaves don't look, you know, they don't look fluid or bright. Character models are very good, but again, not overly amazing, especially compared to some of the stuff that Hensel today. I'll be honest, even when this game came out, I didn't find the character models overly amazing. But look, I don't know if you could tell there, but you look at, you know, the trees, like you look at right up there, and it's just like painted on paper, essentially. You know, and a lot of those environments are like that, but then you gotta look that this game is so huge and so expansive, and there's so much to it that, you know, you can't really blame it for being that, because I don't think the machines today can handle if you made a game that was as beautiful as, let's say, Battlefield, but as open world and immense as this. They just don't think the systems today can handle that, and there's so much to it that, you know, it's sorry, I don't know why that kind of blanked out there for a second, guys. It's never happened before. But anyways, that threw me off. But yeah, there's just so much to it, and it's so expansive. You kind of forgive some of these visual pratfalls for the fact that it just looks and plays so well and so amazingly and so smooth and fluid. Sound, of course, is amazing. What do you expect from Rockstar Games? Voice acting is fantastic. It flows so well. Everything seems natural and cohesive and just, you know, really pulls you in. You really feel like you're in there. Probably the thing I liked about it too is, you know, you get these games, you play some of these other open world, and you just want to jump. You know, they give you this quick jump feature and you quick jump, but I didn't like that. This is a game, this and Grand Theft Auto, where you want to travel, you want to, you know, hop along through the dirt paths and go on, you know, go off into the grass and into the trees and into the forest areas, and there is a snow part and go into there as well, and you just feel like you want to get into the game. It's so expansive, and you get into it, and that's the voice acting. It plays a big part because you hear the characters and the models, and they're so passionate. You just want to keep playing, and you want to find out more about the story. Everything doesn't happen too slowly either. Like, you know, you play some other games, and it's too much of a stretch. This doesn't feel like that. The story is consistent. It's happening. even as you gallop around, there's things happening. I don't know if you guys saw a little bit earlier, there was some guy who was complaining about, I don't know what it was, I didn't pay attention at this point, but there's always stuff that's happening in the world, people need help. That's another thing, aside from side quests, is just there's random people that, need help. There's things like you see people on horses, you see horses riding around, you can go and catch horses and cattle them in. It's just things like that. It's just so much to do. Oh, here's another example. Look at that. Oh my god, I'm stopped by some grass. I can't get by the grass. Oh no, I can't run past this grass over here. It's just little visual things like that, little hiccups that happen. It's annoyances, but it does happen. So, but you forgive all that stuff for the expansiveness of the game. Another thing that kind of impressed me now, going on the game, I haven't played it in a little bit. It's been a few months since I last, popped on Red Dead. And I do like to pop it on every once in a while. It's a great game to just put on and play. But I went on the multiplayer, and like I said, it's about a year and a half, 2 years since this came out. Thereabouts. A little bit longer, about 2 years. Anyways, and people are still online. There's not a lot, but there is people still online, and that's nice to see. See that the community is still there, that there's still people who are, playing and enjoying this. They're going a little more into the forest area so you guys can see. There's just so much to do and so much in the game, and it's a beautiful game to play. Really it is. There is, of course, the big expansion that happened with Undead Nightmare. That's a completely different thing. I will actually have a separate video on that as well. This, by far, as a recommend. Wolves! Alright. I'm being chased. They will attack, and they will eat my horse. And that's the thing, too, guys. You have a horse, but it's not your horse. You can collect horses, but if they die, your horse dies, and then you have to find another one. Like, you don't have a consistent horse, which is good and bad, because you can find different horses that have different abilities and things like that, but if you find that horse and something happens to him, you're SOL on that. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Game is an absolute buy, absolute purchase. Up to today, up to now, it's still one of the best games that you can get on the console without question. I saw that. You're going to try and shoot me. Anyways, then I could go grab his horse, and I'd have his horse too. That's how it works. But, yeah, game without question, definite purchase. It still holds up today. I mean, the visuals, again, a little bit choppy, but you forgive that. You even forgive it back when it first came out because the game was just so expansive. And you should, if you don't have it in your collection, you should already. Alright? Now, keep watching. I'm going to have a couple other videos out in the next couple of days. I will have one on Undead Nightmare 2, which is a little bit of a different take on the game, but I will have that up for you as well. Yeah, so keep watching everything like that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, subscribe, leave some comments. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you like, dislike, things like that. But you know what? Enjoy the game, guys. It's truly, truly a fantastic game. It still holds up. Alright? This is Nexus for TMPG. Take care. Have a good one. Oh no! And we end with that.